Hello everyone, Super this here once again with another 100 push, also in hardcore found like the Trickster, link in the description, okay? We cover that one. And honestly, I wanna say that it's been one of the best wheels I play lately. True that I have been playing some junk, maybe like Vortex with the Trickster. This league also because of the buff was decent, but I'm being very pleasant with Assassin. Maybe in hardcore found can be perhaps a bit tricky to keep him alive until you have all the defenses up. I don't think it's particularly hard. I don't think it's particularly. It's not as hard as Trickster or full evasion wheels because we're going for a double aura with determination and grace. So it's not particularly hard in terms of theory. Just that the assassin is feels pretty weak, and you need good gear, you need the cap suppression, you need some max resist. But once you're set, for mapping is fine. Sure that sometimes you can feel like you're getting a big hit out of nowhere because the fact that you don't have like a fortification, some other riot defense like that, really hurts you, and makes you feel weak even when you are normally tanky. But I mean, I got to 100 in hardcore fun, so should be, I think it's good enough. Okay. Also, I think that Seismic honestly is the best shadow archetype right now. Might be a bit like out of nowhere because I think many people are playing Seismic right now. I think it's a archetype that has a lot of flexibility when I cover that, the bossing, the mapping setup. You can level up with Poisonous Concoction. That's the best way to level a shadow. Yes, Poisonous Concoction is 3 okay. Yes, Poisonous Concoction might sound like after the nerf it was dead, but now it's pretty alive. And then you go on to Seismic, very easy way to get the Voidstones. And after that, it's just open for you to decide what to do. Like, for example, you can even respec into Trickster from tankiness and super endgame wheels, particularly your trade. Blade Vortex for map farming, also easier in trade. Or you can just remain with Seismic and try to really push the limits. I don't know how the bossing is yet. The Voidstones were easy. I got the 9 then, so that's gonna allow me to be extra efficient with determination. You drop grace for bossing and have a bit extra damage with some auras. But I think I'll cover that in another video after I do Elder Shaper and see where I can push the limits of the wheel. Because otherwise it's gonna be too much to cover, okay? So let's dive into the POV. And the good thing about going poison, I mean, obviously with the assassin you can either go poison or you can go some critical wheels, right? With brands and shit. But what I really like is that you start, you can go Caustic Arrow, you can do whatever you want, like for leveling, whatever you feel comfortable with. And I go in Caustic Arrow personally, and you just rush for this, and you get at the end of the Act 1 Poisonous Concoction. From there, it's just a blast, you start getting Herald of Agony. Okay, by Act 2, you start going here and here for some early HP, particularly in hardcore. But you're gonna drop this eventually when you go down the tree, okay? You can get here too for some more life, some dot. You can start getting charisma for determination, okay? To maintain determination and Herald of Agony. I don't rush Eldritch Battery until I have determination and grace. That honestly I kind of feel like, I don't know, by the end of the campaign, maybe Act 6, Act 7, and 8, maybe you can start doing it. And that moment you can get this nose tube for chance to poison, so you can drop the Herald of Agony. Then you can start going down. Also, you get some suppression, right? That's when you drop this. And you have a good setup. This is level 62. Then you can get some max resist for an elemental resist that cannot be cursed. And some suppression, okay, for anti-shock with elemental alignments. Alright, and this will be like more or less the tree in the end of the campaign, you know, with Poisonous Concoction. Very clean. And then you start leveling the gems in the back, right, in the second set. And you will go with something like this for mapping. There's some things you can do. I like dropping this for over prepare, so I had 1 plus cooldown, but it depends on the mechanics you're doing. I was doing Blight, Abyss, Expedition, so having the extra charge is very good. But for example, you're doing haste and you want to keep running, you can just have the this node, so you could do more damage for... You're gonna do more damage with Xanige, okay? I'm gonna talk about the skills later. And pretty much it's the whole Sabo Seismic setup. I copied the build from... I checked the build in 3.22 from Young Run. And I didn't play it that season, and decided this season Seismic to give it a try. And honestly, I don't regret it. Even with the nerf also to the double shine, it felt very, very, very damn good. So yeah, you can do that. You can get this cooldown. Definitely these nodes don't pick them up, okay, until bossing. I'm gonna get into that. The setup is basically we're going to mapping, Exanigate with Seismic, okay. I did tell it because I want you guys to, you know, to be able to check this. Chain faster casting on Lease. These are the supports for Seismic. The +1 skill is super good in Seismic, by the way. So worth getting the +1. But you need the quality. And 10 or 1 to 90 doesn't do anything. The moment it does is at 20 because it gets you the extra wave, okay? For mapping, very important, okay? Very important to keep you alive. Determination, Grace. You need aligning, but then you need to drop Defiance Banner. Stay with me here. If you drop Defiance Banner, you can get here the kind of deal critical strikes, and you should be fine because normally the crit is the Abyss or the Essence mobs. There's the ones that are scary. By the time they get to you, you should poison already. But because I got the lining, I kind of want to have the extra protection. I kept the poison mastery, okay, kind of deal critical strike for mapping. Because in hardcore, the assassin, you feel tanky with Grace Determination, but sometimes you get hit and your life goes down to 30%, you're like, what the fuck, man? Because you don't have the extra layer, like fortification, like other damage mitigation, like other tendencies. I want to have that extra protection, okay? But technically, not needing to go in lining, okay? Just be aware of that. You can go Withering Step. I instead went for Withering Touch. The damage is good enough. So you need like a flat Wither more that efficiently. But be aware of that you can put Withering Step. The problem is gonna hurt your Flame Dash. But early on, you probably need Withering Step, okay? I'm gonna put it here. Also, play Barrier. The problem with this setup is the sockets. So I start play Barrier is super good, okay? People are gonna be, how the fuck you gonna play Barrier? Because with Sanigate, honestly, is pretty damn decent. And I was favoring having the Seismic with Xanige with the double curse, the lining with extra Defiance Banner, the Malevolence with Divine Blessing, very important, okay? So be aware of that. You can do also Withering Step, play Barrier, particularly early on, okay? Obviously it's something that you want for Poisonous Concoction and work like that. Besides that, Molten, Malevolence, Divine Blessing, level 1, don't increase it or you'll pay more for your Malevolence, okay? So be aware of that. Now, how you pay this, right? How you can pay fucking 500 mana? Obviously with Eldritch Battery, so we go into items. For mapping, you're gonna go Obliteration, obviously. And be aware, you need Body Armor with any shield and Evasion. You need Evasion for the Evasion Mastery. And with that, and Mage Vein is super easy to cap Suppression, okay? And then the rest, Evasion and Armor, instead one socket that needs to be any shield. On the Sano, you get a Super Giga Chest Armor. You're gonna need that. Also in the belt, you're gonna want to have an AC belt. With that, you have around 500 mana. Without, again, not very. This is the year I had at the end of the run. Okay, be aware of this body armor. I'm not saying implicit because it's a Saper. So you have this one. That is one you want. You want the non-curse aura and Malevolence increase aura effect. Okay, but I couldn't put it because this is what I got. And with that suppression, life and fire, I went for it, okay? I went for this body armor. Maybe a mistake, but I was just like, okay, it's very good. Maybe I don't get something that good, and it's gonna help me out for the time being. I don't need the extra aura Malevolence, even that is very good, particularly for mapping the aura effect, for Determination and Grace, and the Malevolence for one target, right? On rings, global physical chaos damage, very good. I didn't put in both because lack of resistance, but very, very damn good, okay? Increases a lot your DPSs. Until you get obliteration, you can get a +1, 1, +1 dagger, and then craft chaos damage or chaos damage multi. You get one or the other. This is a dagger, believe it or not, I got with a chaos orb. So definitely you can get this dagger, okay? It's not that hard. You need also the physical damage, it's great and all that. This is almost like a cold iron point in terms of DPS, but with a +1 and chaos damage, so damage multi, and then you grab the other one. Is very good already until you get the obliteration. Besides that, try to get some suppression, life, obviously, resistance, and the other implicits are here. The amulet, you cannot have the deterministic because you are physical, so you need to put cannot roll attack mods. So that means that you cannot put cannot roll prefixes. Prefixes cannot be changed. So maybe you remove the +1. Anyway, with the +1, it's good enough. Obviously, you get damage over time multi and +1 to all skills, even better, okay? It's gonna depend a bit on what you can do. Toxic strikes for the chance to poison. As you can see, I don't run Herald of Agony because with the Trickster is something I will require. With Noxious Strike, you have a chance to poison cap with the mastery, so you need to, okay? And that's pretty much it for mapping. You can get more life perhaps if you want. You can get those nodes, but I don't think it's necessary. Because honestly, having that much life is not really keep you that alive because you don't have bleach. You have life on kill, which is handy for mapping, but what's gonna keep you is the combination of grace and determination, the suppression, and the max resistance. So you should be tanky, okay, with all this, and be careful about the critical. It's the only thing that really can hurt you. And obviously, the usual suspects like Detonate Dead and whatnot, right? So the good thing is, like, then you go to bossing. You want to pick this and this, obviously. You can have this dropping some armor. You need the Unwavering Stance for cannot be stunned. And pretty much the setup changed from obliteration to cold iron point, right? From there, the skills go from grace determination, you drop grace, and Exanigate, you put blade trap for the withering support. To have more wither is more important, right? Versus one target. And I want to test this. I don't have it yet. Normally you go like this. But I guess once you have level 100, you can draw drifts again and pick this. I'm gonna try having frenzy charges. For example, let's see, we have this one, no? Carnal armor. Non-course aura effects and malevolence, right? I'm gonna compare that to, for example, armor, a visionary seal, double implicit, setting an eater. Add implicit, Xaris, frenzy charges every 10 seconds. It refreshes itself. It's gonna be hard to get, but it can be doable even in self-found, right? Eater, malevolence. I'm gonna compare this to the other one, right? This is 5.8. And it's 5.7, but we're gonna sustain the frenzy charges, so we should win some DPS. So I'm gonna try this for bossing. I'm still not 100%. I'll make a video about bossing later, okay? But normally you wanna do it like this. Get the +1 cooldown guaranteed. You can drop this too for more life, okay? Depending. How's it going? How's it feeling? Normally it should be like this, the safe setup, but I'm gonna be trying the variations to see if we get more damage, because I wonder if I can do like Uber XR and Eater, okay? Something I would like to do. But for that, we're gonna need to grab Watch Sat and some other stuff. So for example, Cold Iron Point with increased damage over time implicit. That increases a bit the DPS is not needed for normal, for particularly the normal bosses, particularly just the two first Voidstones. I put it here because it's very important to understand the max. It's very important to understand that the Cold Iron Point is not better than Obliteration for mapping, even with increased damage, because Obliteration has explosions. But for bosses, the Cold Iron Point is not that different from a normal dagger that you craft, except you have the double, you have the corrupt implicit. Then this one is really good, the Cold Iron Point, okay? Besides that, you can drop the critical for the faster, for more protection, for more damage. But that's gonna be up to you. Maybe you had this already in mapping. And the setup, again, we drop Grace and Determination. And the beauty is with Enlightening, you can have Herald of Purity, but not needed, okay? Without Enlightening, you don't need it. And you run Determination, Skitterbots, and one of the Purities. Here, I think you can sneak Vitality. No? You get more mana. Yeah, you can sneak a small Vitality you want for bossing, but you should have 3 flasks and then 2 flasks for protection, for damage mitigation. So, shouldn't be needed, right? 5.5. Like the Hell of Agony, once you have the cap poison, it's less good. So, I wanna try this because I have the Lightning, but without Lightning, just drop the Herald of Purity, okay? You have again a small Vitality, I wouldn't, it's not bad. And the Purity is for bossing exclusively, obviously, and it depends on which one which boss you're rushing. Or Purity of Fire, for example, was better exacts, right? And so on. So, also I want to mention that the good thing about this build and the archetype in general, you go for Poison Concoction to a build that can map with Exanic Seismic, with Obliteration, very cheap, or a crafted +1 dagger. Then you can become a bosser, or you can, for example, go for a Blade Vortex that is a build I did with the Trickster, but it's better on the Assassin because of Noxious Strike. You're less tanky, but between Noxious Strike and the fact you can draw Eldritch Battery, because with the Trickster you run Eldritch Battery, you kind of Spell Break, it kind of fucks up with it. It's not that good, right? So you can eventually, after the 2 Voidstones, you just want to map and you want to do, I don't know, rituals, right? Fast mapping mechanics. Really, you don't need that much. Like when I set up like this, you will already done for doing Blade Vortex, honestly. Set up like this, it will be good enough to do Blade Vortex. So the beauty of this build is the versatility. Poison Concoction into something I can do 2 Voidstones with 1 million. 1.5 million is easy to achieve very fast. And it's done good. And then you can do Blade Vortex, or you can respect Trickster and go one of these degenerate energy shield scaling builds, right? It has a lot of flexibility. The Shadow Ascendancy may not as good with the nerf to Cold Dot. It's kind of a bit weird. I've seen some people doing Explosive Trap. I did Explosive Trap myself with the Trickster before going Blade Vortex. I didn't like it. But people try to figure out more or less the meta, and I think honestly, Seismic is the best build. Hope you like this type of video. And not a lot of gameplay, not a lot of visuals, right? It's too much me talking, blah blah blah. But hope you still like them. Again, I want to do bossing practice. So if I do pinnacle bosses and then I attempt Ubers, I'll make a video about that. I hope you like it. Hope you like my 100 videos. I hope this was informative. I'm gonna link the POV in the description. Obviously, it's not my build, by the way. But it's not obviously it's not an archetype I invented. John Ryan make a video in 322. I check him, Ventrua, and other big guys make Seismic versions for Saboteur before the nerf of Saboteur. So it's an archetype that's been there. This is my type of archetype. I've been checking obviously what people do for Seismic. This is what I did. This is what I figured out. This is how I learned the Seismic from other guys, and how adapting to make my gameplay with the variations that I'm telling you, and how I understand the build. Hope I'm not wrong. Hope I'm not baiting you. I think the build is super solid. Might not be the best build, but it's super solid. I normally play a lot of junk. Normally I get self-bait or bait by other builds. I'm telling you, this is the furthest away of a bait that can be. The mana is fine. The damage is good. The only problem might be is Assassin in mapping in hardcore can be a bit fucked up if you are not used to it. If you are used to Champion and Juggernaut, can be a bit rough. With Grace Determination you are tanky, but be aware of that. It's honestly the only problem, because Suppression you gap early, you get max resistance, you can become very tanky with this build. So I hope you like it. See you in the future with more 100, or maybe some bossing. Who knows, right? Who knows? See you there. Peace out.